Hi, thanks for joining me today. Our practice today is a practice to get you moving in the new year. We're actually going to start in a reclined position, and at the end, if you have something to sit up on, a cushion or a blanket or a pillow, that would be good. But if you do have that, go ahead and move it out of the way. We're going to come onto our back. So as you come into a reclined position, extend the legs out long, flexing the feet so the toes point up towards the ceiling. Reach the fingertips down towards the feet initially. Close the eyes and just take a few breaths. And if you'd like, as you're focusing on your breath, you can bring your hands to your lower belly if you'd like. But just focus on breathing in and out of the nose, beginning to turn your focus inward. Feel the heaviness of your body on your mat. Another deep inhale and exhale here, and make sure as we move through this practice that you keep your steady, even flow of your breath. Very gently let the eyes open. If you had your hands on your belly, go ahead and let them release again down by your side. And then gently draw the right knee in towards the chest. Interlace the fingers below the right knee. Keep both feet flexed so the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are heavy. And it's just hug that right knee and just feel that nice stretch in that hip flexor and that nice extension in the left leg. And then if you'd like, you can take a little gentle movement side to side with this right knee. So just gently move it a little over to the right and then back to center, a little over to the left. So just getting a little movement, warming up that hip socket a little bit. Make sure you're breathing. And then bring that knee again back to center, get a good hug in. Nice deep inhale, and then as you exhale, gently release that leg back down to the mat, extend it all the way out. Pause for a moment. Inhale and exhale. Notice if the leg feels any different, any longer. Just notice if there's any difference in sensation. And then draw the left knee in towards the chest. Interlace the fingers below the left knee. And once again, keeping both feet flexed. So energy in the legs. Shoulders heavy. Steady, even breath. And then same thing here, if you'd like a little movement for this left knee, left hip, just a gentle movement side to side, just feeling sensations. Notice if this hip feels any different than the right one did. And then once again, gently hug that knee back into center, give it a good squeeze. Nice deep inhale, and then as you exhale, gently release that foot all the way back down, extend the leg all the way back out once again, releasing the hands down by your side. And then bring both knees in towards the chest. Just cross the feet at the ankles. Reach down, take hold of opposite feet or the ankles, whatever you can reach. Lift the hips up a little bit. Give yourself a little rock up to seated or come up to seated however you can. And then we're going to come right to table pose. So coming to all fours. So spreading the fingers wide so the wrists are underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. We have a nice neutral position for the spine, the gaze a little bit down towards the mat without letting the head collapse. We are going to get some movement for the entire spine, but right now we want to find neutral. So nice deep breath here, inhale and exhale. And as you take your next inhale, send the sit bones back, let the belly drop down towards the mat, lift and lengthen up through the crown of the head into a nice cow pose. Feel that stretch through the front of the body. And then exhale, think of pressing the mat away as you draw the belly in, rounding the back up towards the ceiling. Get a good stretch back of the body. So keep that going, moving with the breath. Flexion and extension of the spine. Moving the body, moving the spine with the breath. So let's do one more round here, one more a cow pose, lengthening through the spine, taking the gaze up, and one more cat pose, rounding the spine. And then this time as you inhale, come back to neutral, back to table pose, and then bring the hands one handprint in front of where you were for table pose. Make sure, again, the hands are shoulders distance apart, maybe a tiny bit wider. Press into the fingertips, base of the knuckles. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees just a couple inches off the mat. Really draw that lower belly in and up. Fire up those core muscles. And then begin to send your sit bones up and back. Stay on the toes with the knees bent to begin with, coming to downward facing dog. So think of the crown of the head lengthening towards the hands, the sit bones lengthening up behind you. Inhale and exhale. You can start a little gentle movement here with the legs. You can press down through one heel while the opposite knee bends maybe a little bit more. Get a good stretch on that side. And then bend that knee, straighten the opposite leg. So just a slow, gentle pedal of the feet. Inhale and exhale. Take a little movement for the head too. If you like, you can look up under one arm, letting the head hang heavy. Look under the other arm. And then coming back to stillness. Again, you can keep the knees bent, you can straighten the legs, whatever feels good for you. Take a look towards the hands. We're going to take a big step forward with the right leg and land the right leg right in between the hands. So as you step that leg forward, if it doesn't get all the way there, just grab hold of it and help it step forward. Turn the back foot to the side, left foot to the side. Make sure the right heel lines up with the arch or the heel of the back foot. Right fingertips in front of you, sweep that left arm forward, up and overhead, coming into Warrior Two. So as you settle in here, make sure your heel is underneath the knee, knees not shooting past the ankle. Extend out through the fingertips. Nice vertical axis of the spine. Find your breath. So really press into the feet. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. And then while we're here, let's straighten the front leg. Bring the left hand to the thigh. Turn the right palm up. Float that right arm up and overhead. Get a nice stretch in the side of the body. Inhale and exhale. And then bring the arms again back out to the parallel to the floor, back to that Warrior Two. Bend the front knee. Inhale and exhale. So once again, straighten the front leg. This time bring the hands to the hips. Turn the toes, right toes forward, and then we're going to turn the left toes out. Take that Warrior Two second side. So bend the left knee, think of sending it towards the pinky toe. Nice alignment again, the spine, arms out by your side. Turn and look out over your left middle finger now. Really press into the feet, find that nice grounded energy through the legs. Nice length in the spine. Inhale and exhale. And then straighten the front leg once again. Bring that back hand to the thigh. Turn that front palm open overhead. Find that nice, good length and stretch. The gaze can be up, it can be straight forward, it can be down towards the back foot. What feels best for your neck. And then once again, bring the arms back out to the side. Bend that front knee. Come back to that Warrior Two. Look back out over that right middle finger, left middle finger. Inhale and exhale. Now straighten the front leg, bring both hands to the hips, turn the left toes again back forward. So lining yourself up, maybe a little pigeon-toed, maybe the toes turn in a little bit, but make sure you have weight in all four corners of the feet, a little bit more in the ball joint of the big toe, inside of the heel. We're going to take a little forward bend here. So find the hinge of the hip, right where the thigh meets the pelvis. Inhale, lengthen up. As you exhale, tiny soft bend in the knee, don't lock the knees. Hinge forward, maybe just coming halfway down. Maybe let your hands rest on the thighs or the shins to support you. Nice forward bend. If that feels like a good forward bend for you, stay right like that. Or maybe let yourself hinge a little further forward. Maybe fingertips come down to the mat. Or again, maybe the hands are making connection with the legs someplace. Inhale and exhale. And again, just go where it feels good. You don't want to overstretch the hamstrings here. Again, bend the knees as much as you need. Inhale and exhale. And then bringing the hands back up to the hips, really lengthen through the crown of the head, press into the feet, come all the way up to standing. And then we're going to turn that right foot again back towards the end of the mat. Come back to that warrior two to transition down to the mat. So we're going to bend the front knee, bring the arms again out to the side, leading with the back arm. I'm going to cartwheel both hands down on either side of the front foot, come onto the toes of the back foot, and we're going to step back to downward facing dog. Right leg steps back beside the left leg, settle in, make sure again, check the alignment of the hands, shoulders distance apart. Again, knees can be bent or you can pedal the feet, whatever feels good. Inhaling and exhaling. And then very gently release the knees down to the mat, uncurl the toes, bring the wrists back under the shoulders, and then big toes together, bring the knees towards the outside edges of the mat and the hands towards the outside edges. Send your hips back towards your heels, coming into a wide knee child pose. If your forehead doesn't come all the way down to the mat, you can take your hands, make fists with the hands, stacking the hands up, let the head rest on the hands, or if you have a yoga block handy or even a stack of books, you can use that. But take a few breaths here, just letting yourself settle into this nice length of the spine, nice stretch in the inner thighs, the lower back, really beneficial for riders. Nice release for those inner thighs that might work a little, do a little much in the saddle. Really focus on breathing into the back of the body. And then pressing into the hands, inhale, come back up to table pose, knees again under the hips, or wrists under the shoulders. Take a nice deep exhale again, press the mat away, rounding the back up into a cat pose. Inhale, lengthen again into cow pose, sending the sit bones up and back as the crown of the head reaches up. One more time, exhale and inhale. And then this time, exhale back to neutral. Cross the feet and ankles behind you, or just swing the legs off to one side. Come back onto your seat, and then find whatever you have to sit on, cushion or a blanket or a folded up towel. Come to a cross-legged seated position. We'll just do a easy, simple little spinal twist to finish our practice today. So actually, let's do this seated twist. So we're going to start, bringing I'm going to mirror you for this one. So bringing the right hand behind, I'm going to bring my left hand to the outside of my right leg someplace. So make sure wherever you make connection here, that it doesn't cause you to hunch up your shoulder. So just reach around, find a comfortable position on this right thigh for that left hand. Inhale, lengthen up, and then exhale, just slowly revolve your torso to the right. Inhaling and exhaling, and have that back hand really close to your spine, so it's like a little kickstand. It helps to keep you lifted and lengthened up. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale again, lengthen up, untwist, float the arms all the way up and overhead, lifting the heart and the sternum. And then exhale, release the hands down. So let's bring the left hand behind us, bring the right hand to the outside, or resting somewhere on that thigh or knee. Inhale, lengthen up, and then exhale, just gently revolve your torso to the left. Inhaling and exhaling. Very beneficial here. We're using our core muscles, internal and external obliques, to turn us into this twist. So very beneficial for our core. A way too, when we think of this practice for the new year, a way to kind of wring out anything from the old year that we don't need anymore or want anymore. Just kind of think of wringing that out of the body. And then inhale, lengthening up again through the crown of the head. Untwist, float the arms again up and overhead. This time bring the palms together. Bring the hands down to the heart. Bow the head towards the hands. Close the eyes for a moment. Reconnect again with your breath. Maybe just thinking about what you would like to let go of from the past year and what you would like to bring into the new year. Then very gently let the eyes open. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that practice, a way to get the body moving and thinking about, again, what we want to let go of that we don't need anymore from last year. Or if you're doing this in the middle of the summer, what you want to let go of from last week and what you want to embrace for this week or next week. So just think about that. And have a great day. I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.